Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing today? I say good morning, but it might not be morning when you're watching it. My name's Nate. Our company is custom made by us. Our YouTube channel is primarily just for DTF, direct to film, printing, laser engraving, just 3D printing type stuff, garment, pressing, shirts, sweatshirts, hats, all that good stuff. We also do sublimation, some tumblers, water bottles, mugs, excuse me, a bunch of different sizes. So, but today's video is going to be on DTF, direct-to-film supplies. So, consumables, the only consumables that I have in my business are film, ink, and powder. So those three items are what we use to do our prints. Oh, look. Let me turn this around so you can see my helper for the morning. Oh, hi there. Hello there. What you got in your little whiskers? See a little food in there? So this is Mia. And she just likes to sit on my desk until I get things booted up, which I should be doing right now. So, so ink, powder, and film. The reality of it, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, you're gonna see weird things as I'm moving the camera around. I have not been able to find any suppliers, or I don't want to say suppliers, I have not been able to find any manufacturers in the United States for ink, powder, and film, for direct film. Everything is China-based. So, or at least that's what I found. Maybe again, if you know somebody, I'd like to look into it and see. Because the main downfall with us getting our supplies is, having to wait for the shipment times to get it here. So sometimes they're good. If we do an ocean shipment, it could be 25 to 35 days. I gotta open up my laptop here. So 25 to 35 days on a shipment. If you do air freight, we typically see, put the camera right here. We typically see, I'm gonna change the angle. Sorry about all this. I'm probably gonna post this out, maybe. You leave the camera alone. She's curious. Leave it. You lay down. So if we do air freight, we're normally looking at 5 to 7 business days, which isn't too bad. One of the main problems we have with our supplies is from China is the Customs and Border Protection, CBP. We get 1 kilogram bags of powder, and even if you buy it in cardboard containers, I mean, it's a powder, it's a white powder. So guess what? They look at it, and it's not every order. I mean, every now and then they'll pull an order and, open it up and take a look at it and see what it is. But when they do that, it delays your shipment in customs. You have to make sure that you're on top of your duties, your taxes. The tariffs and whatnot are getting paid by the importer. You just don't want to run into problems with that. So it is kind of a hassle to get supplies for our industry. So, and again, if you're printing and you're running low on ink, you're running low on powder, film, and you're placing an order, you don't have 25 to 35 days to wait. And sometimes you don't have a week to wait. Seen a lot of people with their emergency ordering stuff to get in because they're waiting on supplies. So for us, I have decided that we're not going to do that. I don't want to be stuck, with my pants down. So we buy in very large quantities now from our main suppliers in China. We work with a couple of companies that I feel are probably the best in the industry. I got a couple of colleagues that they've been in this game for a few years. So for me, it's I'm using what they're using. You know, their operations are very large, and they do a lot of volume. So by doing that, then the volumes that we're buying and importing, to me it makes sense just to resell our supplies off of our website. So if you go to custommadebyus.com, and then in the upper part of the website there's a link that says DTF supplies. You can order ink, powder, and film directly from the website. Just doing so, again, I don't mind dealing with the headaches of importing consumables from our China manufacturers. Some people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with it getting stuck at the border or in customs and waiting for it to get released and having to provide additional information, and so they want to be able to place an order and get it. So, and there's a lot of U.S. companies out there that sell ink, powder, and film, and again, we're one of them. So we're trying to be competitive based on what we see online. I think we're kind of right in the ballpark with our pricing, maybe a little bit less than what some of them are. I've seen some companies selling rolls of film, over $200 a roll. So for me, that's exceptional. So we're lower than that. So our film is 24 at 60 centimeters. So it's 24 inches wide. It's double matte. The powder we use is a very fine, high-grade powder, curing powder, and then the inks are all high-quality inks, CMYK and whites, and they all come in 1 liter bottles. We don't sell anything smaller, and we don't sell anything larger. So those are the options that we have from our website. So, one thing I do in the mornings is I turn on my screen. The problem though is Samsung, my TV is a Samsung, and they've done something recently where when I used to turn on my TV, it would go right to my computer because that was the last source that it was on. It doesn't do that now. It just immediately goes to Samsung TV. And I'm watching Deal or No Deal with Howie. So I gotta switch the source back to PC. So that's it when it comes to our DTF supplies, ink, powder, and film, custommadebyus.com. Again, I feel we're reasonable. We do use, so your color corrections or color profiling in your printer has to be, it's called an ICC profile. So the ICC profile has to match your inks that you get from your manufacturer. So if you have a DTF printer and you're printing and you're using inks from some manufacturer and your colors aren't coming out vivid or they don't look right, normally it's because your ICC profile is not matching your ink, your ink profile. So with the ink manufacturer that we work with, they actually create the ICC profiles for their inks, and then we can import those profiles into the printers that we use. So that's that in regards to DTF supplies.